myself. Oh no, give me that cell. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, not on Zoom. Got the scene in it.
Make sure you subscribe to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It's your host, the most, the best, the most. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. When Disney blessed us with Sky High, make sure you fucking like it, subscribe, comment, you know, do all the things that matter, and freaking subscribe, man. We're on the road to 300, and let's see what they got going on. Damn, you shot my face. Shit, 2-part your ass next time. But shit, Sky High, bro. Man, Sky High is a good movie, bro. I never knew Bruno Mars was in it. They had one of the songs. Now let's fly. You know.
So look though, so we get introduced to the main character, Will Stronghold, out here trying to lift some weights. His dad walks in the room, then bro starts faking for his dad because he doesn't have any super strength. But today my boy Will starting a new school today at Sky High. His pop stows the weight at his chest. Damn, you trying to put a permanent dent in his stomach? You gotta relax. Then we see Layla pull up to the crib, which is Caitlyn from The Flash. And while they're getting ready to chow down on some breakfast, Will's parents get a call from the mayor because there's a school threat running rampant through the city. Then his parents go down these poles like they're firefighters. Will goes to turn on the news to see what's going on. Will's dad, aka Commander, and Will's mom, aka Jetstream, pull up to the scene to fry the robot. She starts talking about some what if Will forgets his lunch. I'm pretty sure that's the least of his worries. They almost get caught in this robot's claw. They circle back around, and just like these IG thoughts trying to go down the wrong escalator to follow LeBron, the robot is lost, and Jetstream throws the Commander and he does a flip before going crashing into the robot. Then bro takes his head as a souvenir. Now it's time for Will and Layla to head to the bus stop for the first day of school. They get to the bus stop, and that's when the bus pulls up. They get on it, and that's when Will asks if this is the bus to Sky High. And this plate cleaner says he can't say that out loud unless he wants the ops to get the drop on them and switch them down. He asked for his name, and once he heard the last name Stronghold, his head started glazing. Bro announced to the whole bus who his parents are, and now my boy Will, the bus driver, pet. He tells these two to get up, and Brody instantly wants to give up his seat. But Shorty right here on that Rosa Parks time, and she is not giving up her seat.
So he can sit with his girlfriend. Layla? No, she's just my friend.
Will, her girlfriend, and hold up there now, my boy. That is just my friend, and I know Layla was hurt by that. She had to just go with it. Then we got this certified wedgie receiver named Larry. He gets up and tries to shoot a shot at Layla. They go to the back of the bus, and he daps up Lincoln loud. That bro gets to chatting about his summer and how he got his powers last minute. He tells Will he's gonna have to wait like everybody else to see his powers. My nigga, we are not excited to see your powers, bro. The bus driver hits the brakes and starts changing. He drives off this exit onto this bridge. Everybody gets strapped down with metal bars and seatbelts, and that's when he starts transforming the whole bus before driving off the bridge and spawning wings and a rocket booster to fly into the sky.
Yo, at that point, bro, hey, my nigga, I would have been
creativity designed freely on.
The fuck is this? Yo, what the fuck happened?
Upper seat.
So he can sit with his girl.
Oh. The fuck I'm going to? There you go.
And that's when he starts transforming the whole bus before dropping.
Like I was saying, I'd be scared as hell. And then probably scream.
Off the bridge and spawning wings and a rocket booster to fly into the sky. Then we see Sky High, a school in the sky. Well, no shit, my nigga. They landed on the school and the bus got more recoil than some of my Warzone guns. Ron is still blazing, and he gives Will this card if he needs anything. They get off the bus, then they see these two people flying. We got dudes using powers to harass females, and she just freezes them. Shorty making a cheerleading team off of just clones. Then we see these two losers, Speed and Lash. Speed gets to circling around them, and Lash comes over. They're doing this unnecessary ass shit. These dudes out here capping just to others.
Boy,
boy.
To
side to see Will mesmerized, and that's how gets wiped off her face. fast. And Will not even paying attention. He out here daydreaming. Like, lock in, bro. Layla seeing this is sick right now. Oh my gosh. Will was so out of it, he didn't even hear a single word that she said. And all these certified scrubs walk into the gym and this light pulls up out of nowhere. It's Principal Power. She tells them they will go through power placement, and that's how they would determine if they're a hero or a scrub. She dips, and then we see this literal fitness coach, which is Coach Boomer. He tells them they gotta step up on a platform to show their powers, and Will heard that and got the shaking. Then he starts using his hot ass sonic breath just to hear a yes. Niggas be wanting validation so badly. Larry goes up first and turns into the rock giant, and everybody gets surprised. I thought he was gonna be like Milton, straight unathletic geek. Then he catches a car and Boomer gives him hero. Lincoln Loud goes up there and shows his power, but we can't see it. He just gets yelled at and Coach Boomer makes him a sidekick. Dude right here goes up and starts glazing. Like, bro, just show your powers. All he can do is melt, and he gets the role of a psychic. Then we fast forward seeing all these nobody's powers that really just got any ability. Coach Boomer says after lunch, he's starting with Will. They walk through the cafeteria and Zach starts talking crazy about Coach Boomer, and he spawns out of nowhere and tries to press him, but it was just this kid trolling.
Go fucking bitch.
Bitch.
They sit down and Will looks back to see this absolute school threat staring dead.
Damn.
They all look up and Zach starts saying his name.
What the fuck are you looking that hard for? Mighty hard. Damn, I know I'm new from the school. I know I'm clean. Why is you looking that hard? Check.
Or something. Basically, the whole reason why he's staring at Will like that is because his mom's a superhero and his dad's a villain. And Will's dad, Commander, ended up getting Warren's dad locked up. Will gets it shitting his pants. Then he asks him if he's still looking. Layla says no. He turns around and he's still looking.
You said he wasn't looking.
This scene actually had me crying, bro. Will's walking through the hallways and then bumps into Gwen. Bro's so nervous he gets to doing random emotes, while Layla is over here tight, mad as shit right next to her. She hits bro with a quick first step drive to the basket, saying she needs a freshman for the homecoming committee and she would like to talk about it while having lunch. Bro responds with an Adam Davenport response.
We can talk about it more sometime.
I lunch.
Oh, what?
Duh.
Duh, O's the second letter in the number 10.
I could never be this flustered if Fasha was to talk to me like this.
Stop the cap.
Often Will feels like that dude until he gets a face full of straight evilness.
Damn.
Buddy ass got shook, then he walks away while he stares at him. Menacingly. Bro runs into the bathroom and sees his mans after he just got the meanest swirly of his life. And he got toilet paper thrown at him. And these two losers walk out the stall thinking they nice. We got this Hall of Fame plate cleaner with the Eat on Sight badge activated. And the cut at a 4th of July cookout is a scary sight. Now we're back in the gym and now it's time for Will to show off his powers. And everybody is waiting for him to show it. He whispers to the coach and Boomer starts talking out loud. Like, damn, he the type nigga to make something out when you tell him to stay low key.
Right.
Yo, bro, look at that girl right there. Wait, you talking about that girl right there, bro?
Shut the fuck up, my nigga.
Real talk.
Shut up.
Real
He's
talk.
shouldering and he drops.
Damn.
And he quickly reacted so he didn't get crushed by the immense weight of the car. He says, "Are you insane?" Because he doesn't have any super strength. Coach Boomer's like, maybe you can just fly instead. And he just launches him across the gym. He's like, alright, bro, cut the action powers. Was like, I don't have one, bro. He gives him the meanest sidekick yell you can hear from the whole other side of the school. Will's dad takes him to the sanctum and they have every weapon from every villain they've ever defeated. He starts reminiscing on how he met his wife fighting a villain. Will was about to tell his dad he has no powers, but he bails out and changes the subject. Like T Banks, this nigga will fry your shit and go. But anyways, what I'm saying is this. See these two weirdos out here stalking them through some camera in the sanctum, and Brody to the left just gets choked out. They're all at Will's house studying to be hero support. His dad pulls up after coming back from a mission or whatever. He goes to the kitchen and Will follows him, and Will finally tells him he doesn't have any powers and he's a sidekick. He tried to call up the school and tried to flame the shit out of Coach Boomer. Bro goes to the sanctum and is disappointed as shit. Hey, be careful. Just look at D Wade and Magic Johnson. Bro's son is real life 6'7", 220, wasting talent just to wear dresses. Let's see be of use with that hype, please. Next day at school, these two.
Nigga, what you trying to say? Dwayne Wade was the fucking GOAT. Don't ever disrespect the GOAT.
Who losers out here taking my boy Ron's hat. Will tells them to give it back and Lash throws it in the mud. And they walk off thinking shit funny. So Will is walking through the cafeteria with his chum bucket food and he's looking for where to sit. And he sees his man's get up because he saved him a pudding. Then of course this big ass nigga comes around the cut and snatches up the pudding and starts
Come on now.
Then Lash stretches his arm and trips up Will, which causes him to accidentally throw the lunch tray and it lands on Warren and he gets heated. Bro starts horror farming, looking around at nothing. He gets up and instantly tries to press Will. He says Will thinks he can do anything because his last name is Stronghold, but what does that have to do with anything?
Right.
My fault my pops locked your pops up, birdie. Then Warren gets even more heated and grabs him up like these.
Shirt like these. Yo, listen here, young fella. You better chill the fuck out.
He lights his hands on fire, burning Will, and
Damn.
everybody gathers around to watch this fight. This shit ain't no different from a fight in school. The only thing is they fighting with superpowers. Will backs up and Warren lights his hand on fire again. Seeing her crushed literally by the...
Who the fuck? Fuck out my face!
Get flamed. She tells the teacher to do something, but he over here trying to enjoy the show too. Over here got some Sprite from the lunch line. Bro hits Lily with his Dimitri ass assist.
Damn.
Hey man, we gotta do something.
Good idea. I'm gonna get a teacher.
Is this nigga
On the
He
serious?
goes to go get help. I mean, what you expect? He been a sidekick his whole life. He runs in the hallway goofy as shit and bumps into the wall. Bro, how
Stupid
you trash when it comes
dumbass.
to calling for help? 55 overall with no badges.
Meanwhile,
Will uses this...
Yo, I don't know who the fuck is calling me while I'm trying to do videos. He gotta get the fuck. He gotta get the fuck. About time.
Try to block Warren's fire attack, but he puts a hole through that joint.
Damn.
You're so surprised like you don't know fire melts plastic.
Hey, you swear to God. Put that on mother. Say, put that on Allah. Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi.
Warren charges up another one, but Will ducks it. Over here almost hitting innocent bystanders. These girls come in moving everyone out the way like they own the place. Warren with a left-right fire attack, destroying the lunch chum bucket food. Will looks around and spots the fire alarm at the other side of the cafeteria. He makes a run for it because Warren has no badges. Out here missing all these. Warren is like, nah, nigga, you not escaping. He hops on the table and starts raining fire from above to try and grill Will's top like a cookout. I think he was just doing that to scare him for real, for real. Warren asks, where your sidekick? His friends pull up saying, we're right here, boy. Warren didn't even care. He was about to fry their shit too. He charges up his fire attack, then Ethan melts. And Will gets mad and lifts up the table and everybody in the cafeteria starts getting surprised. Then he throws this nigga Warren and the lunch table into the wall. Warren slams and breaks the other lunch table. Then everybody starts celebrating for my boy Will. Now that Will got his powers, he turns to press the two dudes that started this whole altercation, and these scary ass boys just dip. Warren gets up enraged. Then Will gets into this weak ass fighting stance. Meanwhile, in the teacher's lounge, where this is free time for teachers to talk shit about their students, Coach Boomer is talking to this dude with an enormous head about a two-man this Friday. I just got a lot on my mind. Face ass. That nigga throws Warren through the wall and breaks this pillar, and both of them are confused as Warren just goes back out there. He walks him out the hole while Will is over there laughing with all his friends. He lights up his arms again, and like when Rod Wave is about to cannonball into a crowd at a concert, they all clear out. Will looks around. My brother, you are on your own. Warren charges at him angry as shit, and Layla comes in with the assist and grabs his fire extinguisher and throws it at Will. He catches it, but then he starts getting nervous, and he just rips off the top and just puts out Warren's fire. Then Principal Powers pulls up and walks both of them to detention. They get in there and Warren trying to fight Bro again, but that don't work. No powers can work in here. Will tries to reason with Bro, but Warren tells Bro, if you mess with me again,
Close, don't come to Staten Island or you will perish.
now we gonna skip through this shit a little bit. Will gets home and rips open his front door. He tells them he finally got his powers. They got a call from the school. Used to be telling my mom the teacher is lying. Straight, how you gonna believe them over me? His dad told him to go Will to the sanctum and he mad as shit. But nah, he really happy and proud of Will. And he caught them a brand new Xbox too. Next day they're at school chatting and class starts and the teacher gives Will his new schedule because he is no longer a sidekick.
A few moments later.
Will spots his friends and tells them to come sit down. And Shorty right here fills out all the seats. Layla and them find somewhere else to sit. Then Will looks and spots Warren. Then he starts checking how many calories in the shit he was about to consume. His mans comes from around the corner and gets pulled back. And Speed and Lash are trying to shove him in a locker. They thought they were slick trying to hide Zach. Bro, we can see him. Then Lash gets mad saying Will thinks he's a threat. How you mad? You trying to bully my mans and I stand up for them. Then his men get to talking saying Will could beat their asses. And
ain't no way.
Will and he ain't even seen him.
Hey! What the fuck going on with this computer? Man, what the fuck, man? The hell? Real talk, bro. Like, nigga, back what he was saying. Nigga, how you gonna bully my mans? My day one homie. Even though he melted, it was not his situation. It was my fight.
They make a deal that if Will wins a game of Save the Citizen in gym class, they gotta stop bullying the sidekicks for the rest of the year. And if they win, they get to give Ethan unlimited swirlies till they graduate. And this dumbass agrees to it. Alright, bet. It starts off with Coach Boomer asking them if they want to be heroes or villains. And of course, they pick villains. They get to pick who they want to go against, and they pick Will and Warren, the two dudes that are beefing. Gwen waves at Will and he out here cheesing while Warren is looking at him like,
Lock the
fuck in.
They got 3 minutes to stop Speed and Lash and save the citizen. Avengers cannot relate. They cause more damage than they actually save people. The match starts and Lash stretches his arm to this pole as a slingshot for Speed and then starts moving like a pinball machine, just running and bouncing off the walls. He first knocks out Will and then Warren. Got Brody hitting flips while in the air, which causes him to go crashing into this mailbox and Will hitting the wall. Warren gets up but gets wrapped up by Lash, but he just burns his arms. He talking about some ref, do something, but bro is just laughing at him. Will finally gets up but gets knocked back down again.
Damn!
He runs in the open to get knocked down.
Shit!
Hitting a backflip. Dudes don't learn from their mistakes, I'm telling you. Warren throws a fireball at Lash, but he dodges it and it hits Coach Boomer. Then Will gets up and Speed makes him start hitting breakdance moves in this motherfucker. Will gets up jumping in the air and punches the ground, which causes Lash to go flying into this bench and Speed to hit the mailbox, but he still lands on his feet. Will picks him up and wraps him around his light pole and the crowd laughs at him. Warren over here throwing fireballs at Speed, but he's running on the walls now. He spots Will doing nothing, then yells at him to save the citizen with there being 40 seconds left on the clock. He's about to go save the citizen till he sees Speed sucking the life out of Warren, circling around him, taking the oxygen he was breathing. Like, damn, we about to kill niggas over a game in gym class? Bro, moving like them dudes that dedicated their lives in 8th grade to try hard in gym. Straight like must the next period. Relax, stinky boy. He couldn't let bro just die for a game, but the fate of his man's high school career is in his hands. He runs over there, stops Speed, and gets his legs swinging in the air, which makes him run into Lash and the pole and then the wall. Will peeps the citizen is about to get murked, so he picks up Warren and throws him across the gym to save the citizen right when the timer goes off. And then they win. Fast forward, then we see Gwen in the kitchen with Will's mom, and Will takes Gwen up to his room. Got his parents out here wondering how Will pulled that. They have dinner, but Will was supposed to meet Layla at this restaurant.
Damn.
Gwen and his parents looking through this yearbook, they end up seeing this girl named Sue Tenny. They basically say how she was a crash out and how she just disappeared right before graduation and no one ever knew what happened to her. Will is walking Gwen home and they get to the door and she asks Will to be her date to the homecoming dance. Then her dad opens the door, me mugging the shit out of Will. Gwen closes the door and Will is about to walk off, but Gwen comes back outside to give him a kiss on the cheek. Him jumping and swinging off this light pole and breaking it. He puts that joint back only for it to fall and he runs off. Alright, bet. So it's the next day and Layla and Will are waiting at the bus stop and she pulls out this fortune cookie and Will just eats it and she's just looking at him like, bro, are you dead ass? And then his dumb ass finally realizes he was supposed to meet her at the place. Then we see Will and Gwen. She gets a call, then she starts making up all these excuses to Will.
The thing too, if you guys hear me making a noise, guess what's hurting, bro? My motherfucking knee, bro. I'm literally playing on an injury that all these fucking soft ass NBA players would not be playing on right now. They don't have the season on this shit, bro.
I literally, bro, I know something's damaged in my knee, bro, but I don't care because it's June, bro.
Then she asked, do you think the committee can stop by? Will was like, nah, I don't know about that, my boy. Then she gaslights him, saying she'll just see him at school, saying that, oh, if he would have invited them, she would have spent more time with him. And this nigga Will falls for the hezzy and lets her throw the party. And now that this party is in Will's house, it's just straight chaos. Layla is just casually walking through the neighborhood, and she spots the party going on in Will's house. Being so eager, you know what I'm saying, having nothing to do, she just goes to check it out. And while she's doing that, this nigga Will broke his dad's #1 rule. He brings Gwen into the sanctum, and she gives him a smooch, and Speed comes and takes the weapon in the background. This dude Will is face guarding his man so hard, he forgot about the backdoor cut. Gwen spots Layla, and then she's like, nah, what is she doing here? She tells Will to go get her a drink so she could have the one-on-one ISO with Layla and flame her shit. She tells Layla that Will knows that she has a crush on him, and Will is not gonna say anything about that because he's too nice of a guy. Then she flexes that Will is going to homecoming with her. She's like, you're just embarrassing yourself, and Layla is almost on the verge of tears. She's like, tell Will I never want to speak to him again. Will goes up and Layla just leaves. They get to the door, and then Layla's like, have fun with Gwen, and then just slams the door on his face. He goes back to press Gwen. He's like, I'm not going nowhere with you or to be seen with you. And then he's like, I don't want to be your date no more. And she starts crashing out, almost about to pull out a drink on him. And he tells everybody the party is over and for everybody to get out of this house. Till his mom and dad just pulls up out of nowhere with this ore farming standing there.
The next day,
before his parents dips, his mom gives him some advice. And then she tells him to put up this yearbook. Then he starts flipping and looking at the pages till he flips to this one page and sees the girl earlier in the movie named Sue Tenney. Then he flips some more pages and realizes that's Gwen, and she used to be in the science club. He looks and sees the weapon that she's holding and goes, wait, didn't my parents have some type of weapon that looked like that in the sanctum? He looks behind him and sees that the weapon is gone. That boy got so worried.
So if the mama was down there, why don't she did not see that shit, bro? Huh? And they played Bird Box before the Bird Box even got made?
What he couldn't just see from where he was sitting down. He realizes everybody at school is cooked, so he whips out this card that has Ron's number on it and he gives him a call. Then at the homecoming dance, Will's mom and dad are getting a round of applause for being some great superheroes, I guess. And Gwen is up there about to announce the Heroes of the Year award, which is going to Will's mom and dad. She said there's a special tribute to the most powerful being to ever walk sky high. Then she steps out into the open, then she swings her dress, and then she just spawned in a whole new fit. Everybody's like, what's going on? Take a look to the right of this dude right here. Will's been looking at the strongholds for a minute. See, this is y'all problem. Why didn't y'all not check this dude's book bag before he even walked in here, bro? Gwen puts her shiesty on. Then she has lightning coming from her hands, and then she ups the weapon at him. And Will's dad is like, do you really think you can kill me with that little ass gun? Who said anything about killing? Then he zaps this nigga, then he shrinks and he turns into a baby. Will's mom instantly peeps this, then tries to rush her, but she flies directly in a straight line and gets zapped too. This dude right here seen her turn into a baby. Then bro has a 40-inch vert to jump in the air and catch her. Then Gwen starts going crazy with the weapon and just starts turning everybody into a baby. This dude comes from out the cut. He's like, what I miss? Only to get a zap straight to the head. Everybody trying to clear out, and Gwen is just on the stage just spraying people. The lame annoying niggas from the start are the ones that close the gates so nobody can escape. And they start laughing, but don't worry, their time will come. And Gwen is still wreaking havoc while everybody has nowhere to go. Boomer tells the sidekicks to find an exit to get out of here as fast as they can. Warren peeps his vent, then sends a fireball at it.
Meanwhile,
this is when my boy Will pulls up to Sky High. Will tells Ron if he's not back in 30 minutes, go get help. Will too eager to get in the fight, bro just busts through the door. They're in the vent, and then this dude finally comes in handy, actually being helpful. Will's running through the hallway till he looks down and sees the vent glowing. He rips open the vent. Meanwhile, while Ron is chilling in the bus, he sees his bus pull up and this jester hop out here being too excited. Will found out some information and he was eager to tell them until they already tell him they already knew everything that happened. That's when Will apologizes for being a jerk to his friends, and then he tells Layla how he really feels and they kiss. That's when these losers pull up.
So my nigga got 2 Ks? 2? From different bitches?
here with Speed and Lash. Will tells Will to go take care of Gwen and they'll handle these scrubs. This dude Will turns and starts running into walls. Then these two bench players, they go in the vent trying to camp and shit. Warren lights his hands only to get blitzed by Speed. They look back and Shorty turns into 6 clones of herself. They start doing these flips like how's that gonna harm somebody? While Ethan is just ducking for cover when they're not even doing anything to him. Bro, do something. What's wrong with him? So he finally looks up and Lash just pulls him in and he gets pressed into this locker. And bro, look at this dude's form when he's about to throw a punch. He throws the punch and Ethan melts, which causes his hand to go crashing into the locker. Ethan goes squirming under this door and Lash is like, bro, come back here and fight me, bro. Layla is getting chased, or should I say getting pursued while she's flipping. I don't even know. She makes more clones and she's about to walk her down. She's like, aren't you gonna fight back, sidekick? You're not even fighting yourself. You're just flipping at her. Do something.
Right.
Lash is looking for Ethan in the school bathroom, going through every stall, reminiscing about how he was giving Ethan straight swirlies. He opens the last stall and peeps that Ethan went down the toilet, and he goes up closer to inspect the toilet. That's when Ethan spawns from behind him, then uses his foot to push his head into the toilet. Then Lash is trying to pull his head up out the toilet, but his elastic powers is not letting him do that, and he's getting straight toilet juice, poop juice all in his mouth. Now we're outside and we see the Jester and Gwen trying to escort all the babies to the bus. And she's holding baby Commander out here giving him a story time from their senior year back in 19 I don't know when. Then she says how everybody named her a science geek and she was a sidekick. Then she realizes the baby don't even understand what she's saying till Will pulls up behind her. He tells Gwen to put his dad down and his dad has a smirk on his face.
When the pacifier exploded, I wasn't destroyed. I was merely turned into a baby.
She explains how this geek to the side of her took her in and raised her. She tells Will how Royal Pain wasn't her mother, it was me. And this is when Will realizes he made out with an old lady.
I made out with an old lady.
I would have did some shit like that.
Gwen heard that and put the shit on immediately. Then she flies up and rushes at Will. Bro, move, do something.
Move to the left.
Go up his set or something. And wait. Who is him? That's not even Will. But she takes him crashing and flying into the building, going through multiple different walls.
Damn.
So, Will, you are going out sad, bro. She just pressed you from point A to point B. Then we finally get to the gym, but now we see Speed running back and forth trying to show Warren till we see Ethan walk from out the bathroom and melts right in front of where Speed is running, and he starts slipping and sliding, and Warren sends a fireball at Speed, causing him to go crashing into a wall. And now that's 2 of the ops down. Gwen is about to hit Will and he just forcefully jumps into her, throws a punch, but Will grabs it and swings her around, throwing her into a table. He runs up, grabs her foot, then starts hitting his best hook. He throws her across the gym. He runs up with this weak ass stance, and Gwen just punches him into the side. She about to walk him down. Then we see Layla and this girl, and she's just flipping around Layla doing nothing. Then finally she throws an attack, but it was this weak ass slash. She starts making all the vines behind her and grab up.
She got plants powers.
She has the nerves to go, I thought you were a sidekick. Bitch, you a sidekick too, you ain't do nothing. But then she tells Layla that Gwen sabotaged the device that helps hold the school in the air, and if you don't hurry up, the school is gonna fall. She tells them they only got 10 minutes. Then they come up with a plan to get to the device that holds the school up. Back to Will and Gwen, then gets thrown into the middle of the gym. She flies over to Will, and Will double kicks her going in the air. She gets her hair stuck in this disco ball, then just breaks it and falls to the ground. Will is about to punch the shit out of her. That's when Layla and Warren come in, distracting Will. Then Gwen punches the shit out of Will and he goes flying through the glass of the school. And Gwen, also thinking he's dead, she gets up and starts talking spicy. Layla's about to do something till Will comes up from behind flying in the air. Gwen is too stunned, and then that's when Will hits his pose and starts flying towards Gwen. And he grabs and picks her up, flying her into the air, then just drops her to the ground. And he punches the shiesty and it breaks off. Back to this weirdo, he finished securing all the babies into this bus till when he tries to go and get on on the bus. He sees Ron right there, and then he kicks Birdie out the bus. Will goes over to hug Layla to give Gwen the time to deactivate the anti-gravitational system, and that's when the school starts falling. That's when she keeps chewing on the wire to try and stop the school from falling. That's when Will leaps from out the window and flies outside and flies under the school to try and hold it before it smashes into the ground. He's out here almost giving the school a kiss. Then we see this couple that just moved into their home. They look up to see the school hurling down while Will is using his back and all his strength to stop the school from falling. She finally chews the wire which stops the school from falling, and Will finally has enough power to hold the school from falling into the house. Then Will flies the school back up into the air. Then they transport all the babies off the bus. Will apologizes for bringing Gwen into the sanctum. The teacher gives the award to Will's parents, but Will's dad ends up giving it to the sidekicks. Will's dad compliments this dude saying, whatever you're teaching them, keep doing it. And then Will's mom gives him a kiss on the cheek. I'm telling you right now, don't let fly.
You my girl. Why you kissing that nigga? Fuck wrong with you?
I react, see that. He's gonna say that's 25 red flags and say it counts as 10 bodies. Then everybody has fun at the dance. Then we see Will and Layla in the sky outside the school kissing each other. And boom, that's when it ends. Appreciate y'all boys for watching the video. It did take me a long time.
Anywho, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment, subscribe, follow, social media, gonna pop on screen. I'm on the road to 300, and that's it.